who takes on Zabit Magomedsharipov on the ESPN undercard. ESPN, how's that sound? Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's going to go to my highlight reel, man. Can't wait.
So I guess first of all, I have to ask, what is this that you're using right here?
This is a Theracane. This is $20 on Amazon, and it's a muscle releaser. What I'm doing right here is separating my traps away from my head and just relaxing, keeping it cool, keep these arms nice and loose so I can be fast come Saturday night.
Always working, even during media day.
That's right, man. Never stop.
Well, hey, you just had your first face-off of the week with Zabit. I'm just curious, what'd you see there?
I see scaredness, weakness. I see he's open for a lot of stuff. His eyes were wandering, and he's trying to do some stuff today where I feel like I'm cool, calm, and collected, and Saturday night I get to go off like a bomb and put him into pieces, and he's going to be waking up asking what happened.
Well, I feel like we even just saw you. You were in Phoenix maybe 2 weeks ago for your teammate Miles Jury, helping him. That is very deep into camp to be doing something like this. I know you've been around the game for a long time. Have you kind of figured out different ways to manage something like that, going on the road right before you're about to fight?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as like the path that I'm going is to championship status. You look at the champions right there, they're getting swamped, they're getting swarmed, they're going to New York during fight week, or last week, whatever it was, and they're putting on a heavy schedule. There's nothing that I can't handle. Even on the road, I'm out running, I'm putting in work. I have a great team behind me, and, it's just work, man. I can handle another task if I could be rolling out on lacrosse ball doing this. I can do multiple things. I can multitask. I'm a father. I'm a husband. So there's many things I can do at once.
Well, man, I don't think a lot of people were lining up to fight Zabit. It seemed like Zabit's team wanted you. Why is this the fight for you? Why is this the one you wanted?
It's best I get him now. He's a young, hungry, up-and-coming kid. He lacks the experience. He has never fought nobody like me. He's never fought anybody even close to like me. He's in for a rude awakening come Saturday night, and I get to put an ass whooping on this kid, and really welcome him into what the UFC is all about. Everybody's talking about him and the hype, but no one talks about how long I've been doing this, against who I've been doing it. And I stop hype trains like this in particular really good fashion. Not only can I knock you out with my shins, my right hand, my left hands, my elbows, I can beat you in any which way. And not alone, he's never faced anybody who is mentally as tough, I acquire strength in what I've overcome. And it's really hard to beat somebody who doesn't fucking quit, and that's me.
Well, you even mentioned the hype. It feels like when people talk about him, they talk about him as this future title contender. Is that hype overblown, or do you see it when you look at him?
You're going to have to prove it's me, my man. Yeah. Come Saturday, you're in there with a different killer, dude. You're coming in there with somebody with clear intentions on taking you clean the fuck out, and I got multiple ways to do it, and I'm ready for the task, and we welcome the challenge.
Well, earlier this week, just to switch topics a little bit, you opened up about, experiencing suicidal thoughts after your fight against Jose Aldo. That's not something we commonly hear from professional athletes. Why was that important for you to share that, to speak about an issue like that?
With where I'm at mentally, I'm in a really good place right now. I've really experienced true love, true joy, true happiness, and I'm in a great place. And I know other people can be in that dark place, and I know what it's like to be there, and I know how to get out of there. It really just wasn't with the loss about Jose Aldo. It was just these patterns in my life that kept showing up in my biggest moment. It wasn't anything had to do with him particularly. It was just these patterns of, at my biggest moment, I am failing. And I had to figure it out. There's a bunch of data there that I can actually take and work with and figure it out, just like I do in fighting. I keep coming back better and better, I can't wait till Saturday when everybody's gonna be like, damn, like Jeremy Stephens just keeps getting better and better, and he's just knocking people out with another move or whatever it may be. So I took that fight mentality that I have, which, people know me for being a mentally tough savage, getting out of crazy locks, fighting, back to back, on 4 weeks notice, short notice. So they know I'm a mentally tough person. So to go up and open up like that, I know people are in areas like that, and you can get out of there. And I wanted to be that inspiration. I really know my purpose and understand why I fight, why I do what I do. Did I expect the interview to go like that? No, I didn't, and I'm really glad that it went that way, because it really opened up a lot of doors for other people to see. Hey, if he can make it out, and if he's at the level of where he's at, look at the changes that he's doing. And like I said, right now I'm in a really good mental place, and I'm super happy. I'm super excited for another opportunity to go and take advantage of against a young, hungry kid, and just shut everybody up about this kid and put all eyes on me.
I mean, when you look, I guess, at what a professional athlete does, I feel like a lot of people overlook that the successes are very public, but the failures are so public as well. And especially MMA, it is such an individual sport. And do you feel like that conversation, the mental health conversation, is one we need to have more often?
Yeah, if not, if you know, we're human beings too. We have the same emotions as anybody else paying mortgage or rent out there, or just living life, and young kids, and it's becoming a more frequent thing because of social media. Look, you know, people can pick apart my life and be like, oh, look at that loss, oh, you suck, oh, blah blah blah. Well, you have a job I can't even comment on, so you get to really, you know, pick me apart. But the thing is I'm a man. I can actually face my problems and go and do that better. You know, there's people who are 40, 50 years old, 60, 70, and go on and dying in the grave where all the dreams are still there. You know, I'm living my dream. I'm doing what I can to make those changes, make that growth. And if you look at my past and the way I took and approached fighting, I'm not the same man I was when I fought Rafael dos Anjos and when I knocked out, Hani Jason and all the many others. I'm a different man. I'm a different man from my last fight. I'm a different father, a husband, in the way that I approach life. I want to be those changes. I make those changes, and I grow. And you know, I get a platform to go and share these types of experience because I'm a real person and a human being just like you as well. You know, you got to share something with me, and that touches my heart. You know what I'm saying? So for me to connect with human beings, that's what I do. You know, I love to fight. I love to put people 6 feet deep, but I'm also a very loving, compassionate person. I care about these things. I'm a compassionate person. It doesn't make me weak. It makes me stronger. You know, I just choose and love to fight and put my focus into this game. You know, fighting is just a mechanism for me to get my financial stability and financial freedom that I want. This is what I love to do. This is what I chose to do. I don't have to fight. You know, I choose to do it, and I choose to allow myself to be this being and reach people that are just average people just like me. You know, I was an insecure kid who was scared of going to school because I didn't want to get bullied. I was an insecure kid because my clothes stunk because my mom smoked cigarettes and they were wrinkly, and I was in a garbage bag of clothes. You know, my mom's still an addict to this day. I don't have any type of communication with her. It's very minimal. I just let her know that I love her and I want a relationship, but we can't really have that. So if that can relate to anybody, I'm still here from the choices that I made. From the focus in my heart was always telling me, hey, I want to do something about this. I want to be great. I want to go on and make something of my life. And I'm here today doing that and able to give back on this type of platform to everybody else who feels the same way.
Absolutely, man. Well said. And final two questions, just revisiting the fight. I mean, you're going into this one, and you've mentioned it even. You're the 2-1 underdog against a guy who hasn't really been tested in the UFC. And this is a familiar spot for you. Josh Emmett, Do Hoo Choi. When you look at this type of fight, where it's a young, hungry guy coming up trying to make a name off of you, use you as a stepping stone, does part of you just kind of grin a little bit and say, nah, man, you picked the wrong target?
I'm the wrong motherfucker to be messing with, dude. You know, I can just smell it in the air. It's my time, dude. March 2nd is going to be my night. Then, you know, like I said, you know, I get to put them on my highlight reel on ESPN. You know, people are going to be all tuning in like Tupac, all eyes on me. So this is it, man. This is a great moment for me to show what I've overcome and let people know who I am.
Well, last question, man. It's a simple one. What do you need to do on Saturday? How do you pull off the upset against Zabit?
Just bring it. Show up.